we supposed to make of these numbers from Chipotle? This long-time Cramer fave turned an okay set of results after the close. They only beat earnings expectations by a penny, though, and their same-store sales were up 5.4%. Some are looking for 5.7%. So we got to ask, is this a blip? Does it really matter? Are they starting to struggle, or are things really terrific? It's such a strange moment. But we know this. They have a great track record of generating positive transaction growth without having to cut prices because it's regarded as being such a good store. So let's take a closer look with Scott Boatwright. He's the new CEO of Chipotle, although not new anymore, Mr. Boatwright. Welcome back to Mad Money.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for having us on this afternoon. Eager to talk about the quarter. More importantly, talk about what an incredible year we had here at Chipotle.
Well, I think that we all are expecting greatness, and then we get greatness. And sometimes it's difficult for you. An A student who continues to get A's is not as interesting as a D student who's getting B pluses. Why don't you tell me about the A report card you just had?
Yeah, thanks, Jim. The year we put together, what is a 7.4% comp, driven heavily by transaction growth of about 5.3%. What this team accomplished this past year is nothing short of remarkable. A lot of credit goes out to the 130,000 team members out in our restaurants, but really the backbone of this great organization and this leadership team really diving into the strategies that were critical to the success for the outcome of the year. The quarter shaped up nicely at 5.4%. Feeling good about our performance there, again, heavily driven by transaction growth, and feel really good about the plans we have set for 2025.
Well, why don't we talk about what the pace of opening is, because you've given us a runway of a huge number of stores, and you also give us a plan of average unit volume of 4 million, which would be about the best I've ever seen. So what's going to be the roadmap?
Yeah, Jim, so we opened up 304 restaurants this past year, which is a record number for our brand. This year, we'll open up between 315 and 345 new restaurants across North America, which is an aggressive growth number. But this team has demonstrated year after year we're able to support the additional growth year after year. And we do it in a really meaningful way with our restaurants opening up, performing at an extraordinarily high level. And the returns have just been incredible. New restaurants in the 60, 70% range. Year 2 ROI is pretty impressive.
Now, do you have enough people to man all these new stores? Do you have the great real estate you need, including Chipotle's? And do you have the workers to be able to build these stores?
Yeah, it's a great question, Jim. I'll start with the construction component. Our real estate team continues to find extraordinary sites, whether that's in densely populated urban areas or some of the small town strategies that we employed a couple of years ago continue to pay huge dividends. As you know, site selection is critical to the growth strategy for the brand. We lean into what we call site development requests, and we leverage those to understand how many restaurants are possible for the upcoming year. And we continue to outpace the goal there every year as well, Jim. As it relates to on the people side, we leaned into a AI hiring assistant by Paradox about 6 months ago that has put us on better footing from a staffing perspective than we've been in the 8 years I've been in the organization, pushing past numbers we thought were all-time highs just last year. And that AI assistant, what it does for us, Jim, is it allows us to bring in new team members and onboard them in about 75% less time than the old traditional format, which is leading us to better quality hires and getting high-quality, great people in the organization much quicker.
Well, I was going to ask you about this 0.2%, whether it should matter, blah, blah. I am fascinated by what you just said. Did you build this? I mean, what's it based on? Because this is the kind of thing that I've been waiting for some company to say to me.
Yeah, so we leveraged a partnership through Paradox. We brought them in. We talked about creating a bespoke experience for the Chipotle system. We worked in partnership when we launched a product that I'm really proud of. Now, we have dubbed our AI assistant Ava Cotto, and she engages with applicants immediately when they apply through our digital systems. And she walks them through the necessary questions and then schedules the interview for the general manager. The GM shows up at a set time per week with scheduled interviews ready to go of candidates that are goal-oriented, values-oriented, and aligned with our purpose of cultivating a better world. And away we go.
Well, there's avocado, then there's actual avocado, and we're watching what's going on in Mexico very closely. There's just such a limited number of places to get avocado. How are you feeling about the tariffs? And is there another source that I'm not thinking of besides Mexico?
Yeah, that question is top of mind for a lot of people, as you can imagine, Jim. Here's what I'll tell you is our supply chain team has done a remarkable job over the past couple of years with vendor diversification across all ingredients, specifically avocado. We've moved into other countries of origin like Peru, Dominican Republic, as well as Colombia. And today, only about 50% of our avocados are sourced from Mexico.
Oh, okay. That's very important. I don't think most people know that. That is a terrific fact. Now, let me also understand, you do say something in your notes about generous portions, and you talk about how that because of a higher usage of ingredients, we focus on ensuring consistent generous portions, that has maybe kind of hurt your SG&A a little bit. But it does make the point that anyone who thinks that you're not doing big portions should just go read. I mean, it's obviously, as we all know, is because we all eat there. But you really solved that problem. Remember, that was like some sort of weird thing that went on in social media. You put that to rest, correct?
We did, Jim. It was a real challenge for us back at the front part of last year. And so we put a core emphasis on it because we really understand fully that's a core equity of our brand. And we think about value at Chipotle as benefit over price. And we fully understand that value for the consumer at Chipotle is grounded in high-quality ingredients, in abundance, variety, and speed at a price point that's still heavily discounted compared to our peer groups within the segment. And so portioning is a critical moment for us, and we'll continue to lean into it and give the consumer adequate portions, whether in the digital system or in restaurants.
Benefit over price. That's what I've been searching for, the right terms. I've been saying premium at a good price, but it's really benefit. That's terrific. And that's how you guys decided, right? I mean, it really is just a question of you offer a value at a price, but it has been miraculous. And you think it continues with your limited time offerings and the things that you have planned for this year?
We do. We have a couple of LTOs teed up on the calendar. The marketing calendar this year is just extraordinary. We have some year-over-year incremental spend, as you can imagine, going into this year's plan. Right. Feel really good about the marketing strategy. The LTOs, I know you've heard about Chipotle Honey Chicken, which will be on menus here in the near future. We're super excited about this product. It is one of the highest performing LTOs and tests to date that we've seen at Chipotle as it relates to consumer incidents and consumer perception.
When we see that nationwide?
You know, Jim, I can't tell you the specific date. I can just nod and wink and tell you it'll be on menu soon.
Well, I think you're going to nod and wink and give me a much better same-store sales when that comes out, because we're all waiting for it. I want to thank Scott Boatwright, Chipotle CEO, CMG. Hey, Scott, thank you. And thank you for explaining that avocado issue. I think that really was a very big issue for many people, and now it's not. So great that you told us.
Thank you, Jim.
Excellent. Mad Money will be back after the break.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.